Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dave, and we're back with Tron 2.0. Let me grab a sip of coffee here, and we'll get back into the game. All right. I'd considered playing the game at 1080p natively rather than 1440p for UI scaling reasons. I'll just skip all the boring stuff and say that the recording software simply records 1080p within a 1440 frame, so you end up having about 2/3 of the screen just empty black space, and then off in the corner this little 1080p capture. So it just works better to play it at 1440p and then scale it down for YouTube. Due to the way I ended the last episode, we actually missed a little bit of a cutscene. It was just Byte telling you what a byte is, and then Jet's like, "Shh, I hear something," and this is what you hear. So let's figure out what it is. This is a subroutine optimizer, code optimizationware. So we can actually take any subroutines that we currently possess and upgrade them a little bit, which means they take up less space in our memory. I think the best thing to do here, we have our profiler and our Y-amp. Those are the only subroutines we have received so far, and I think it's best to upgrade the Y-amp as it gives us a little better jumping ability. There we go, we've optimized it. It's now in a beta stage rather than alpha, so it uses less space in our memory. As you can see, it only takes up 2 blocks instead of 3, and our jump height is increased by a little bit over the alpha version. So cool beans. And we got 5 points added to our build number. Okay. Oh, we don't have the permission to go in here. Correct. Okay. Deactivate Sec Reser. These are places where enemies can spawn, if I remember correctly, and if you get enough permissions you can deactivate them so enemies will stop spawning there. We haven't alerted any yet, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's just grab this email, read it quick. It's from Dad. "Look, son, I know you have a problem with working at the same company as your old man, but I've heard that the games division is looking for an entry-level programmer. Doesn't pay very well, but it's a foot in the door. Perhaps after a few months you could switch over to R&D. Anyway, I won't co-sign for the lease on your new apartment unless you have a job, so I suggest you send in your resume immediately. Don't let pride get in the way of your better judgment." A little bit of history there. Jet's the typical not quite responsible enough young boy, and Dad does know better. "Per your request, I checked our company handbook and there doesn't appear to be any problem with your son working here. Nothing in regard to nepotism, at least. Send his resume over and I'll get it in the system. From Mary Jo in HR." Oh, snap. Oh, I whiffed that one. Good block. Well, come on, hit me. Did he actually hit me? He blocked me there. Probably shouldn't stand around while waiting for a disc to come back. Oh, that was a good block. Whiffed on the hits there. That took longer than it should have. Came up with some interesting new words. Whist on the hiffs. Whiffed on the hits.
"There's a subsystem that runs beneath the main level. Look down there."
As soon as I'm done sipping this coffee. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. I want to make sure that I've cleared this area of everything I can get so far. There's no bins up there to check. No extra bins up there that I can see. No build points hiding around. Alright. So we'll run down there. Look for permissions. And if I recall correctly, this game, I mean, I have played through it before, but it has been many years since I've played it. not counting last week's episode. So I will recall some stuff, probably correctly, probably not. But as I recall, there are some zealots down here, some corrupted programs and so forth. The game came out in 2003, and I want to say that I first started playing it in 2004 or 5, so it's been probably 9 or 10 years since I last played this game. Here's some zealots, some corruption. Ah, he hit me. Alright. The visuals of the corruption are pretty sweet. This kind of green. Alright, I'll pop over here. They throw like a grenade-like weapon, so the area of effect damage can be tricky, and it's not blockable by the disc that I recall. Let's grab their core dumps before. Oh, that one was barely in time. Core dumps just replenish a little bit of health and energy, and sometimes contain stuff that we can make use of. We will grab that those 2 build point numbers. He doesn't see us yet. Let's shoot him. Good headshot. Clean kill. Alright. Now, just looking around quickly to make sure I'm not missing anything. Here's one of our many, many platforming sections. Grab that core dump. Hit the zealot a few times. Grab his core dump. Let's see. C is crouch. We'll search this archive bin. There's a permission and fuzzy signature, which I believe is a subroutine that makes our walking less noisy. Let's check those out. It is an alpha version. Silences the movement sound generated by running, walking, and crawling. Alpha version reduces noise by 25%. Let's equip that. No reason not to, because we just don't have very many subroutines. We'll also use the profiler. Forgot to install that earlier, which I believe, yes, just gives us the ability to see information about programs we target with our reticule. All right. Proceed back here. Can't forget to get that build point when we go through that alpha stream. Let's top off on energy here quick. I don't think we've got anything corrupted. Can we enter this area? We can. Alright, let's quick grab these build points. Alright, let's enter the data stream.
The corruption is spreading. We must keep moving.
Yes, sir. Alright, we should not yet have the... Yeah, we need 2 more permissions before we can deactivate that reser.
Oh, the source of the corruption.
No, I swear.
Unexpected. These programs believe you are the source of the corruption. That's rather funny, actually. Come, you are not safe here. We must find the server's exit port.
Could he look any more terrified? That needs to be a meme. Okay, that's right. In the last cutscene featuring the Colonel.
More and more zealots are popping up. There goes the neighborhood. But what the hell's causing it? The Colonel has issued instructions
Language.
for an unauthorized program in this sector. That's probably the source of the corruption. There's only one thing I hate more than zealots, and that's unauthorized viral code. I'll de-res them on the spot. Code your circuits. The Colonel wants the program quarantined and brought in for interrogation. Unauthorized program failure.
Just a good little bit of digital racism there. Ooh, he got me. No big deal. We'll grab his permission. Hurry up, I need this other core dump. Thankfully, when the core dumps disappear, any permissions contained therein do not disappear, so we don't have to worry about missing any of those. All right, there's the power stream, which is too close to the walkway. If we try and walk past it, we die. So I was starting to say that we had seen in our last cutscene with the Colonel that they think we are the source of the corruption because we're an unauthorized program and, no one knows anything about us. And coincidentally, we entered the system about the same time as the virus. So those intrusion countermeasure programs recapped that nicely for us. This dude just stands here and kicks stuff, trying to make the power stream cycle differently. Yo, dude.
Can you tell me how to get to the exit port?
The exit port is located beyond the power stream, but getting across is impossible. The auto exec is broken. You'll need to cycle the power stream manually. Don't get too close to the power streams.
You got it. Marco.exe. Okay. Yeah, if we touch that, we get hurt. Bad. Here is another security reser deal. We need only one permission to deactivate that. That will come in really handy, although ironically we'll probably be done fighting most of these guys by the time we have that permission. Well-placed headshot. Serve us well here. Alright. Kept him from activating that reser. Grab his primitive charge subroutine, which will, as I recall, increase the power of our disc, our damage output. Took that dude out.
Unauthorized use of resources detected. Illegal.
Took care of him before he activated that reser. Key. Okay. Still don't have the proper permission, but we will shortly. This, I believe, cycles the power stream. But before I do that, I'm going to search around, because as soon as you do that, it spawns more ICPs. And that makes it tricky to do the exploring we want to do right now. So, go in here. Don't have the permissions to get that email. There's nothing else back here? Okay, let's grab this build point, which kind of leads us into this sneaky little back area, which contains an archive bin. Is there one down there? I forget. Well, we'll get this one first. Do our little first-person platforming, which gameplay-wise is probably the sloppiest part of this game. An unknown subroutine that we will have to decrypt, I believe, in order to see what it is. And permission 4, which we already have, so we'll just get number 2, unknown subroutine. Oh, this coffee is good. One of the better French press batches I've made recently. It's all in the grind. Okay, yes, there is another bin down here. Tricky little drop. No problem. Permission 2, excellent. And that should complete the permissions we need to clear this level. Do some more of this platforming. The key is always to jump and then go forward a little bit. Otherwise you end up jumping too far and falling to your death. And if you crawl into this room, the floor is broken. There's another archive bin with some goodies. We have permission 2. Let's get this unknown. Oh no, it is known. It's a beta version of the profiler. So we'll grab that. There's a virus scan, which will let us know if a item in an archive bin is corrupted. Then there's the alpha YAMP, but we already have the beta version of that, so we'll ignore it. Maybe we can get out this way? We can. Okay. And that brings us full circle back into this area. I believe now, yes, we can deactivate these resers. Did I not? Yes, I did not get this email before. Did not have the permission, now I do. From Patrick, I got to meet your boy Jet today, a fine young man. He aced the programming test and everyone seems to like him. I didn't see a bit of that attitude problem you keep mentioning. I've got a slot on the Space Paranoids 3D team that's a great fit. Jet likes making games, and apparently only has an attitude issue around his parents. That's not a cliche. Alright, we'll go deactivate this guy, and then we will shut down we'll cycle the power stream. Oh, we're getting low on energy. Let's top off there. Oh, we used it all up. I forgot, actually, that they are finite. Let's quick take a chance to look at our subroutines. We have the primitive charge, which increases damage of disc, rod, ball, and mesh primitives. Those are the various weapon classes, and the primitives are the base versions of those weapons. So our disc can transform later into different versions of that weapon, but this base version with the primitive charge, will increase its damage by 20%. Useful to have. More useful right now than the profiler, which I will uninstall. What else do we have? The virus scan, which I don't have the memory for at the moment. And it looks like it automatically replaced the alpha version of the profile with the beta version. They'll only let you have the better version, the one best version of any subroutine that you currently have. So I had the alpha, then I downloaded the beta, and the alpha version's gone, which is totally fine. So we should see some increased damage output from the disc now. Cycle the power streams. You can hear the enemies rezzing in there. They won't be able to call for help though because I deactivated these rezzing stations. Short work. Excellent work. Gain some of that energy back. And we should be able to cross now. And then I think the only part left in this level
port activation approaching
is a tricky running shooting set piece. Let's talk to this guy.
If you have package to transport, you better hurry. The exit port is scheduled to go active soon.
You got it. We need to get out of this system. Let's enter the data stream.
activated.
All right. We need to activate all of these bits
In exit port sector. Quarantine protocol fields raised.
and then fight a bunch of dudes.
Additional quarantine protocol
Yeah, they raise
field
these
raised.
walls, so we have to kind of fight our way through. Luckily, we have all the permissions we needed to deactivate that reser. There's an armor subroutine we can get there. Oh, he hit me through that? We're taking a lot of hits. Oh, there he is. There he is. Got him. Oh, we died? We died. All right, let's quick load. Not gonna lie, I did not expect that. Are you kidding me? We're back at the the training tutorial.
Oh no, the eruption has breached this tower. Follow me to the exit user.
Illegal program termination.
And I just killed Byte by accident. Okay. We'll go to the load screen, because I think that, yeah, the quick load only loads your last quick save, but my last save was not a quick save. So quick loading took me back further than I wanted. We'll go back. Unless it really did screw up all that progress. No, it takes us back to the beginning of this level.
A bit?
A bit? Ha! I'm a byte. Mathria wouldn't send a simple bit to do a byte's job. Let me tell you, mister. Shh.
Alright, so now we're back here. Well, that's an excellent reminder to save our game more often. We'll retrace our steps here. Be a little more efficient, hopefully, now that we kind of know what we are doing.
Proper permission set to enter the power stream control sector. Follow me.
Is there any reason to re-download these? Do I get anything for it? No. Okay. So it's purely a backstory thing. Okay. So I'm thinking we take care of this as quickly as possible. Then we'll quick save, like a smart person might, right before that final fight.
Surrender to the corruption. Converting program. Feel the corruption.
Got him on the rebound. Nice, nice. There's another dude over here. Yep, there he is. Okay. Couldn't have done it better. Best thing about the disc is not having to reload. You do have to kind of sit around and wait for it to come back. Alright. Missed that somehow. Maybe it just... Maybe it just changes places the second time through? Okay. No, it... Oh yeah, the blue ones. Okay, so the blue energy nodes are unlimited. The green and the orange ones are finite. Finite resources. Grab that, go back here.
Corruption is ready. We must keep moving.
The levels are a fair bit shorter than I remember them being from back in the day, but I was a teenager who was not very good at video games at the time. Now I'm just a grown man who's not very good at video games, but
These programs believe you are the source of the corruption. That's rather
Believe this
funny.
corruption?
Actually,
More
come,
and more Xerox are popping up.
we must
There goes the neighbor. He's over here.
nice tactical use of the lean there. Let's see, you have a permission for me? You do. Yeah, now I'm a grown man who plays video games, and although I'm not much better at them these days, I do have
Can you tell me how to get to the
a
exit?
better sense of how time passes while I play them.
Initiate support.
No! Yeah, he activated the reser there.
Security resin station.
Come on, get it. Get that primitive charge. Oh. Well, I'm sorry about the save game gaff there, guys. That's something you kind of forget about older games. A lot of the newer ones just kind of constantly autosave for you, and then you don't ever have to deal with backtracking like this, but it is kind of a good thing. To have it happen once in a while, just so I remember. Oh! Where are they coming from? Well, I think it's a good idea to get the required permissions to deactivate all these deals. And I think we just judiciously use our little quick save and play better, so we don't run into this again. Grab that unknown subroutine. We'll finish this level, and then I think it'll be, we'll call it good for this episode. Maybe in future I can get a little more efficient with the playtime so that I'm not basically replaying everything. Do the platforming, do the sneaking, get the things and the stuff. Then we'll do some subroutine optimizations. Where did our unknown subroutine get to? There we go. I think I forgot to do that last time. There we go. It's a little finicky to do the clicking with the wonky UI. Alright, let's deactivate these dealios. It's a technical term. Then we'll do a little bit of fighting, and then we'll do a little bit of quick saving. Didn't your mom tell you always quick save when you play Tron? Alas, poor energy ball. I knew him, Horatio. Cycled that power stream to the far coupling like a boss. Alright, where's our enemies? Yeah. Alright. Better. We're at full energy, full health.
Activation approaching.
And I'm thinking we don't screw up this time. I pressed quick load instead of quick save. There's the quick save. There's the nice drop in frame rate that indicates that the game is saving its current state to the computer's memory. That was the last sip of coffee. Should be good to go. Here we go.
Port activated. Illegal program detected in exit port sector. Quarantine protocol fields raised.
Escape routine.
Additional quarantine protocol field raised. Activating security resin station.
Alright. Let's be smart about this. Get that energy.
Additional quarantine protocol field raised.
Okay, you can't get me. Got you. Okay, someone got me from behind. Still a little bit stressful. Just a little bit. There you are. You got hit by a bug. Okay, grab some health. I think there's 4 of these nodes we have to activate, and I've done 2 of them. Excellent. Whoop. The block is so satisfying.
Quarantine protocol field raised.
Dang it. Okay. Top off with energy. How about I quick save right here? I'm so smart. I'm a genius. There's another guy in here. Prepare to fight.
Activating security resin station.
Quit running.
You quit running. Deactivate the resin station. Number 2. I think this is the last one. Oh, but not the last enemy. Okay, we'll explore for stuff in these archive bins in a sec.
Quarantine protocol measures offline.
Good. I hear more guys rezzing in. Whoops, I accidentally walked.
Scripts. Find out.
Talk about an incompetent script.
Freeze program. The colonel wants a word with you.
Well, that takes us to the light cycle arena, which is a great part of the story, but I missed being able to explore those archive bins. So maybe I'll go back to my quick save that I just did and replay that part of it, and then we'll call it good for this episode. A little bit convoluted play, which I apologize for, but no pain, no gain. It's probably a truism.
Query index 224-C.
We'll get through this cutscene.
Resources. Program quarantine and connection to spreading virus. User unknown. State your origin.
You're making a big mistake.
Mistake. Reveal your creation date before I disassemble your code one operation at a time.
Well, I was born in 82.
Impossible. You are much too complex to be from that period. You have been accused of spreading a viral agent through the system. What is the intended goal of this sabotage?
I'm not responsible for that virus.
Enough. Who is your user?
I am a user.
Blasphemy. Regulars, put the
Wait, I
Blasphemy!
can't do this. I'm a user. Find Mithria. I'm trying to help her.
Mithria?
At the log files show, prisoner
Gratuitous
refused
butt
to
shot.
cooperate and is considered incompatible. Schedule him for immediate de-resolution.
Colonel, put him on the grid.
A grid. Interesting proposition.
I guarantee it'll be a race you won't forget.
And
Wink,
to the
wink.
staging pit.
So yeah. I am going to backtrack to my quick save and just take a little time to de-res a couple guys and explore those archive bins that I left behind, just to make sure we're entering, the next areas with the proper inventory. You can see here I'm in a new system with different memory requirements, so all my subroutines get to be reconfigured. No biggie. Always YAMP, always primitive charge. Although I don't think I have my disk currently, so maybe we just skip that for now. Fuzzy signature, because why not? We did pick up the subnet mask. Piece of armor. Glorious little polygonal icon there. Okay. Great. Let's save our game. The light cycle arena and staging pit. Then we will go to our quick save, which has worked.
Activating security dressing station.
Let's just deactivate all these. Okay, I think I have one more. Yeah, this is the last one. Okay.
Quarantine protocol measures offline.
Let's not go into the shiny white light before we kill all of the enemies here. Yeah, but all these quarantine measures are still here. Oh, there's a couple dudes out there. Double block. Double rainbow. I've never actually seen that video. Come on. Good dodge, and you're dead. Okay. Any other resing stations to deactivate? I have a feeling not, but I could be wrong. Okay, let us methodically search the bins. Don't worry, Jet's doing fine. He's more than pulling his weight on the Space Paranoids 3D team. In fact, I'm bumping him up to lead programmer on the next title. There's also a level 6 program position opening up in R&D in a few months. That would be perfect for him. So Jet's good stuff if he applies himself. But he will only apply himself to that which he enjoys. There's nothing in here. All right, let's go back into the Delio room. There's one or two bins to search yet, which, you know, honestly, we probably don't need anything from them. But I would rather be certain that I don't need anything. It's an RPG style game. You've got to search for loot. Primitive Charge Alpha, Submask Alpha. Okay. So I actually did not need anything. I think I called it the subnet mask before, which is probably funnier. Okay.
Incompetent scripts. Find out where that port leads. Yes, Colonel.
And that brings us back to the light cycle arena and staging pit.
Query index 22.
All right, and that brings us back to the light cycle arena and staging pit. And that'll do it for this episode. It took a little long because of some poor play on my part, but thankfully we are back. No, I do not want to proceed with the quick load. I keep pressing that instead of quick save. There's a quick save. All right, so that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. In the next episode, we'll do some light cycle racing. Again, I apologize for the backtracking there, necessary due to my negligence to save the game at proper moments. However, shouldn't be really an issue in the future. Join us next time for light cycles with a new NPC, and this is where the game starts to pick up some steam, so come along for the ride. We'll see you next time.